Alright gang, welcome back to our Vintage Survival here on Szpakowo. It is December, and we're going to sell these wood beams. There's a lot of wood beams to sell. Still almost 60,000 liters of wood in there for it to chew through, so this is going to be quite a while. We are going to make an absolute killing off of this. Now the price, technically, as we talked about in the last episode, it's not best in December, it's actually best in January, but the fluctuation of the price is so minuscule that I'm not really that worried about it. It's like $100 of price fluctuation, so I'm not that concerned. So we're just going to sell it now. We're going to have plenty more of this where it comes from in the next episode too, right? So it does not make a big difference to me. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. At the time of this recording, I literally just finished the very last episode of the one tile challenge, so that's it's exciting, bittersweet for sure. I had a blast doing that, and it will be back, I assure you that, one form or another, whether it's me doing another version of it, or if it's kind of what I've talked about in the past of maybe some kind of a multiplayer version of it, if I can get some of the guys together and we can make it work. But we'll see as we move along. But either way, it is over. At least at the time of this recording, it is over. I would think for you, either it either came out right before this episode, or it's coming out right after this episode. So one way or another, spoiler or not, it is over. I would think this one's probably going to come out immediately after that. Now, I do have a new challenge prepped and ready to go for that, for the replacement of that. I've got to do a couple minor things to it. I'll probably work on doing that when I get back from Vegas. This video should come out the day after I've been back from Vegas. Whoa! That didn't work. That didn't work. This video should come out then, so, you know, give me at least a day to recover from the jet lag and from the hour change, because obviously I'm in Ohio, and so that's Eastern time zone, and then Vegas is obviously not, right? So we're going to be, have to get used to that time again, so, and I'm sure I'll be a little bit tired as well, so we'll see how things go. Perfect. But yeah, hopefully you're all doing well, man. Hopefully things are going well for you. I'm very excited about this new challenge I have coming. I guess since I've kind of made the decision that this one's going to be after, I guess I can just say it here in case you haven't watched the one tile challenge for a little while. We're going to be calling this new challenge the Luxury Tax Challenge. And what does that mean? Well, you're going to have to wait and see when the new challenge comes out. But I think it's going to be a very, very, very fun, a very challenging challenge as well. It's certainly not going to be easy by any means. It is quite the challenge, man. But I'm very excited about it. It's going to be fun. We're going to have the chance to be able to more than likely utilize some bigger equipment, which for the most part here on the channel, we really don't do that a whole lot, at least not lately. We don't. We normally are utilizing old or smaller equipment based on the challenges and stuff I come up with. So we're starting out. We have a couple of things that are a little bit larger, but it's not anything outrageous. But we do have the chance to be able to get to that point where we have some outrageously large equipment, which I'm very excited for, right? I don't get to utilize that big equipment very often, so I'm excited for that. It'll be fun, man. I promise. You guys are going to love it. Hopefully some other people want to take that challenge up too. We'll see, but I'm very, very excited. For now, it's December. We don't have a whole lot to do today with other than selling what we're doing now. And we've got quite a lot of this. As you can see, they keep spawning. We have to do the selling there. The worker just completed the plowing of that field up. We've got more trees to knock down over there, which we will be doing today. We'll probably do a little bit of maintenance around the goats. They probably need a little water. Well, maybe they don't. There's only 5 of them right now. We might buy some more goats. Probably also do a little maintenance around the greenhouses, right? Go over there and give them some water because they probably need some. Don't fall, baby. Don't fall. Don't fall, baby. Don't fall. All right, good, good, good. Building our leaning tower of wood here again, as we did, I don't know, a number of episodes ago. Wood chips, those are going to be best to sell technically next month, but right now the price isn't bad, so I'm considering selling those today too. We are going to make a lot of money today, let's just put it that way. I envision that we're going to be making some upgrades. We'll probably upgrade the harvester with some of that money that we get, and then maybe potentially we buy one of the new areas we talked about. I don't know for sure. I've also had other thoughts about maybe not purchasing that, maybe going a different route. I don't know for sure yet. We'll just have to see how things play out. we'll figure it out as we move along, I guess is how I'll put it. I probably will end up doing what I said and kind of buying a new area of land and maybe turning that into our main yard, but keeping this as a smaller yard. That'll probably happen, but there's a chance it may not. Depends on how things continue to grow and progress here. I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made so far. Ooh. I am not the best at stacking this stuff. I do a better job with the wood beams, or just wood in general, than I do with some of the smaller pallets. The smaller pallets are much more difficult for me to manage. These are a lot easier for whatever reason. Don't really know why, but they are. Alright, so I think we can get 2 more stacks up there on the back. So we're going to go for that, and then we'll have to make another trip after that. I don't know how much is left in here. There's still 4,000 liters of wood beams in here still, so I mean, we don't necessarily have to put all of these on the back, but I'm just going to go for it anyway. It's more fun to have them stacked up. It looks funny. Well, looks funny, I guess isn't the right word, but looks impressive. Very top-heavy, though. Very, very top-heavy indeed. Perfect. And we couldn't do a better job there. I can't get any higher than that. That's as high as I'm going to be able to go. So we're going to have to make another trip. Now, where we're going to sell these at, we're probably going to go to the construction place again because it's so close to us. And I actually think, when I looked a little bit ago, I'm pretty sure that's the best place, actually. Yeah, so there's no more wood beams that are going to spawn. There's probably going to be more that'll spawn today, but there's no more that'll spawn right now. Yeah, the construction site is 5150, so it is better. So that's where we're going to go, which is where I would go anyway. Right, we are locked and loaded in there. We also have some silage in there that we could get rid of. I just need to be careful on this turning here. I could definitely topple this over. We have some silage in there to sell today. It's going to be a good day, man. It's going to be a good day. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I probably already asked you that, but I already forgot. So we'll ask you again. Think we're going to tonight. I'm doing this literally. I just left work like a few seconds ago, so I'm probably not going to get it all done in one sitting. I'll probably do some now and then some later tonight before going to bed. But anyway, when wife gets home, we're probably going to head to our local brewery that we enjoy. Have a little celebration for being vacation, right? I'm excited about that. Man, that is a ton of money. $103,000 we just made. $103,000, gang. Whew. Now, last episode, I talked about how I wanted to probably have somewhere in the range of 20 to 30 more episodes in this series, and I mean it. That's what I want. We'll continue to carry on and see how things get, but yeah, I think 20 to 30 more episodes makes a lot of sense. I think we'll have everything we want at that point. Including lots of land, which is the main objective here. There's not really a major objective. It's just for us to enjoy and have fun and just only utilize stuff from the 1999 or older, right? That's really the only main objective here. Normally I do challenges and I always have objectives, so I wanted to try something different. So that's the reason for this series, right? Try something a little bit different where I don't have a specific achievable goal I'm trying to reach besides the fact of you know, keeping it within the realm of a certain time period and just owning a lot of stuff, right? That's really the whole point of it. Which I've been having a lot of fun with, right? I don't have to... This one, I mean, I focus, don't get me wrong, but I don't have to, like, sit there and focus as much as I do in the other ones and do things wrong and stuff. It doesn't really matter if I do something wrong in this one, right? Oh, boy. We've caused mayhem again. There we go. Good. We got it up there. Sometimes you need that, right? Sometimes you need a few series or a few, you know, gameplay where you're not really worried about anything. You know, if it takes you too long to do it, it takes you too long to do it. There's no time limit. Who cares? All right, well, that went well. Okay, well. Fantastic. I don't know why it slides off like that. I don't know why it does that. Did you see that? It was just sliding off to the edge there. I don't understand why it does that. Now, let's see if we can flip this thing back over. We've had issues with these before trying to get them to flip. We got it. Nice. Easy peasy, baby. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So a couple things we're going to try in Vegas this time that we don't normally do. We're going to try to hit some of... There's a lot of... I don't know how many of you guys go to Vegas or if you do go to Vegas at all, but you can go to Vegas and not gamble a single dollar if you don't want to. There's so much to do there. We enjoy going to restaurants and bars and things like that, right? Having a few drinks and stuff. One thing we've never done in Vegas is never go to any of the secret bars. There's a lot of secret bars that people don't even realize they're there. There's a lot of secret hidden like speakeasies and bars within the casinos. They're inside the casinos. So we're going to try to hit at least one or two of those, I think, this trip, which is going to be interesting, right? I'm excited to see that. And the drinks are probably going to be outrageous. So it's probably going to be more of a, let's go in, take a look, and have one beer that's outrageously expensive or one drink that's outrageously expensive and just milk it for like an hour. Like, that's probably what it's going to end up being. But just be cool to see some of these places, right? So I'll report back. I mean, I don't know if they're... I really don't know. I don't know if they're going to allow you to take pictures. I doubt they would, but if they do, maybe I'll take a few and share them on my Discord or whatever, which links down below if you want to join the Discord if you haven't done so already. $181,199 is what we currently own, gang. That is a hell of a lot of money. And we're going to utilize some of it. We're not going to probably utilize all of it today, but we are definitely going to utilize some of that money. I already mentioned I'd like to upgrade the harvester. Where I'm kind of leaning towards going to is the Kloss Dominator. I do know for a fact that was out in the 90s, so we should be able to utilize that one. So that's probably the way I'm going to go. I did install a kind of an update to what we currently have, based off of one of your replies in the comments section in regard to the corn header that we had on in the last episode, or not the last episode, 2 episodes ago, I guess. Well, I guess it was the last episode, technically. Anyway, you get the point. Whatever episode it was. Oh, here we go. Here comes the traffic issues again. Here we go. These people are morons. Regardless of when it was, the header that we had was not the one we had purchased to upgrade to. Is actually not from the 90s. I thought it was, and I was completely mistaken. But that was something I kind of did on the fly. It wasn't like I went and researched it like I normally would beforehand. So you all correctly pointed out that it was not from the 90s. So we had to modify that. Obviously, we just decided to sell it for the time being, but we decided to modify that for the time. They are good on water for now. They're good on meadow grass food. They've got everything they really need. I mean, there's only 5 of them right now. They're obviously, once they start reproducing, they'll get a lot more. We're probably going to buy some more today as well. I'm going to hold off on doing that for the time being, though. So, used market. There's not much out there. Not much for us, at least. So we won't be taking care of that. Let's look at the harvesters, though. This Kloss Dominator is what I'm talking about right here. So this thing actually looks a little bit too new in this instance, but I know for a fact that it was out there, that there was a Kloss. I know for a fact there was. The Kloss 108 SL Maxi. That makes me think it's not, though. Let me just bear with me for a minute here, gang. I'm going to see if I can just try to look at this on the fly. I got my phone right here, which normally I do not have my phone near me because I don't want to look at it during a meeting, during a recording. I don't want it to, I don't know. I don't want to be distracted by looking at my phone while I'm doing a video. I just don't think that's going to be as good of quality if I'm doing that, right? But bear with me here for a minute. Years made. Here we go. The Kloss Dominator 108 SL Maxi was manufactured from 1994 to 1998. Some sources also list the production period from 1996 to 1998. We're good. It doesn't really look... It looks like it's a newer version of it, but it says the Dominator was produced then, so we're going to act like it was. All right, so we've got Trelleborg, Continentals, or Vertesteins to choose from. I think I'm going to go the Trelleborgs. What designs are we changing here? I don't even know what we're doing. Oh, okay. The warning signs are not. I'm going to leave those off. I'm going to leave the colors as they are. We'll keep it as the as intended. So it's $70,500 for it. It's not cheap. Not cheap by any means, but we'll go ahead and buy that. So that's a nice upgrade. It doesn't have a header, evidently. Interesting. I thought it had a corn header with it, but evidently it does not. Well, we'll go ahead and buy this anyway. I think I'm going to buy the trailer for it, too. I think we're going to need it. We've got very small areas here to move around. I think it's going to make it easier on us if we have that. So the upgrade I bought was for this one right here, the 5650. Now, it does have a corn header that goes with it. I believe we should be able to utilize this one with that Kloss. It may, I mean, it doesn't match as far as the, you know, the companies, but I think it should work. We'll have to test it. If it doesn't, you know, then I guess we're kind of screwed there as well, I guess, right? Yeah, I mean, it's 5.8 meter width versus what we've been using, which is a 4 meter width, right? Yeah. So, we've got that taken care of, so let's go ahead and grab the Massey Ferguson here. Look at this traffic that's piling up now because of them. And this is the 310, right? 310, which is this one. Yep, it is this one. Okay, so we're not going to make a ton of money off of this. Returning it back, I guess I should say. But we should still have, well, I mean, we already do, but I'm just going to say we should still have well over $100,000, so it shouldn't be a big major issue. Now, the header we have for this would have been 4 meters. So we are getting a slight, whoa, we are getting a slight, watch it, easy, Walter, easy, buddy. We are getting a slight increase to our width of our header capacity. Now, it's not a massive increase, right? It's not going to make a massive difference, but it is slightly bigger, right? So it will take slightly less time overall, at least on the bigger fields. So let's go sell. Well, there's actually corn in here. How did we get corn in here? How did we have corn in here? We didn't unload this completely? I thought we unloaded this completely. Well, we're not going to go sell this until we get rid. I mean, it's only 291 liters, but we're not going to sell it until we get rid of that corn. That's ridiculous. I can't believe I missed that. How did I miss that? I mean, that's been multiple episodes now. Although the corn is just kind of hanging out right now anyway. We're not selling it for a while, so, and we don't have anything to turn the corn into, at least not currently. We might soon enough, but not currently. I think I'd like to get rid of some more of those trees in that area. I've talked about that when we first started setting that area up where the goats are now. I think I want to get rid of some more trees. It's just going to be easier for me to see cars coming and see everything else when we're trying to go across the road. I love the trees to make, you know, like a tree tunnel, as I've talked about many, many times, but, you know, I don't think we need it entirely. I think that's going to be a better setup for us is if we just go ahead and get rid of it, right? So I think we're probably going to work on doing that here soon, too. Alright, so now that I figured out that there's no corn in there, and it took me a long time for me to figure out there was corn in the actual harvester. Too long. We can head on up here and we can sell this now. And then bring the other, the new harvester back. Which I'm very, very excited about. All right, gang, I knocked down all the trees over here, as you can clearly tell. There's a few little scraps, like that one there in the middle of the field there, that we need to take care of, so we will do that. I'm actually doing this episode, I think I mentioned it early on in the recording here. I'm actually doing this the day that I got back from Vegas. I'm a little exhausted, gang, so, yeah, I did all this woodworking stuff, this tree working stuff, a little bit off camera there, just to, you know, save you from that. I've mentioned many times I don't think it's the best quality material when we're doing a time-lapse for that, so I decided just to stop the time-lapse after I brought the harvester back and everything. So we've got more trees that we need to get rid of so we can continue our expansion of this field like we want to do, but for the time being, I'm okay with what we have there. I'm going to get the mulcher really quick and try to get rid of all the stumps. We'll mulch up some of that area so we can actually see what we're doing, and then we will jump on grabbing any of the stumps, or getting rid of any of the stumps, I should say, with the mower here. So we'll kind of go from there. I did move everything kind of out of the way here. The tractor's out of the way. There's a couple spots that they missed we're going to have to touch up, but for the most part, the worker did an okay job there with plowing that field up. Now, you might be saying to yourself, you've already driven all over it, it's already ruined you, and you're right, technically it is, but you know, it keeps it from weeds being there for a little while, so that was really the main goal there anyway. Okay, so let's do a quick autosave. It may not seem like it, but I was working on that tree stuff for a very, 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 very long time. Just to give you kind of a ballpark here, we've got 92,224 liters of wood in there at current, and it is still pumping out wood beams and wood chips for us. Now, specifically talking about that, somebody said in the comments recently, you know, why don't I just turn it on auto selling since there's so many that are going to be spawning? It's not a bad idea. I do have the lettuce on auto selling. I think I mentioned in that comment that, you know, I wanted to kind of do it the old-fashioned way, but, you know, once we continue on here and get larger and larger, the odds are we're going to really probably need to start thinking about doing that, because it's going to be hard for us to keep up doing everything, right? So, we'll for now, we'll continue to do it the way we've been doing it, but when it gets to be a little bit overbearing with everything else we might have to accomplish in that episode, we'll probably shift gears a bit there at that point and maybe do that then. Or maybe we just do it by a case-by-case situation, right? If it makes sense for us to do it, we'll do it. If it doesn't, then we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Who knows? Quite a few little twigs and twigs and limbs there, as you can see, that we have found as we've gone through here and did the bush hog. So that's good to see all that. We are getting stuck on something over here. There's a big old stump. So Vegas was good, gang. I was doing well, and then I ended up losing everything that I won. So when we first got there, I played a little bit of bubble craps, crapless craps, and I was lucky enough to hit the lucky roller for both the high and the low. So I got paid like $500 off of that. That was pretty sweet. So we utilized that, or I utilized that, I guess I should say, for the early stages of the trip, which was great. Then I was playing a little 3-card poker table game. And I got lucky enough to hit a straight flush. Now, the problem was I was playing at Park MGM. Now, Park MGM does not have a progressive. So, I still got $750 out of it, which I'm not going to complain at all. Not even a little bit. But if I was, I don't know, somewhere else that had a progressive on that, I could have made a lot more money. Specifically, I would have made somewhere, it depends, from what I saw during the trip, anywhere between, you know, $8,000 to $15,000. If you're playing the progressive. So that was a little unfortunate, but again, $750. But then I proceeded to take the money that I had won the entire trip and lose all of it in about a 4-hour time span. So, you know, it's Vegas. Things happen. But I'm not complaining too much. I did come back with some money, which a lot of people will tell you if you're going to Vegas and you come back with any money that you brought of any sort, then that's technically a win. So for me, it was a win. It wasn't a ton of money, unfortunately, but, you know, I'll take it, right? It's not a complete and total loss. I didn't lose everything that I brought with me, so. Now, the problem was I won that 500 and that 750, so I was feeling pretty good about myself, so I started making some more, how do I want to call it? Extreme bets is not really the word I want to use. Extreme bets makes it sound like I was putting like $300-400 out there at a time. I wasn't. I was just trying to be a little bit more aggressive with my bet sizing in certain games to try to produce or potentially produce more money for myself, if that makes any sense. You know, try to lean into the wins, I guess is how I'll put it, right? Utilize the money that I had won with and try to increase that profit. Didn't work out for me. It's okay. Still had fun, so it's okay. I don't know why I brought the mower back over here. I think I'm just, I told you, I'm a little tired right now, gang. I'm a little jet-lagged. I'm a little tired. Our flight this morning, now this is not, I'm not complaining specifically about being able to go to Vegas or anything like that, but our flight this morning, we had to get up Vegas time at 3 a.m. And it's 9 p.m., almost 10 o'clock now at home here. I live in the Eastern time zone. I was in Vegas. Obviously, it's a 3-hour difference, so it's quite a big difference. So I've been up for a long time. And I didn't get much sleep last night, obviously, if I had to wake up at 3 a.m., right? So I apologize. I might make a few minor mistakes here as we're moving along here. It's not on purpose. Just a little slower than normal because I'm tired, but I need to get this video done because I did not get this done like I had planned to before I left for Vegas, and this video needs to be out tomorrow for all of you. Now, one other thing I can mention, and I will mention here quickly, is I know there's a lot of people that have made comments, and I have not replied to those yet. At the time of this recording, I haven't at least. I don't know if I'll have any of them replied or answered by the time this comes out tomorrow. Probably would be not, or if I do, it's going to be very few. I will get to all of them, I promise. I love reading all of the comments that you put, and I try to read them whenever I get a chance to do so. But, you know, I obviously haven't had the time to do that yet. Now, one other thing. I did release a bit of a teaser image for the new series that will be taking over for the One Tile Challenge, which recently completed. As a matter of the time of this recording, it completed the day of this recording. So, yeah, so that it's gonna be exciting, man. So hopefully you're all excited for that. Making a few minor tweaks to it. It's gonna be a couple of days before that comes out. Full transparency, but we pretty much have it all sorted out. There's not really a whole lot of major things that I need to do. It's just a couple of minor finalizing of minute details that I need to make sure that that's what I want to do. And once that's done, then we are good to go on that series, and we can go ahead and get started. Now, a couple people were asking what's going to happen with my, limited series about my real family farm, loosely based about my real family farm. What's going to happen with that, because we are getting close to finishing that one too. That's no surprise. I've said that a couple of times now. It was going to be a mini series to begin with anyway. We've got some plans for that. It probably won't be an immediate thing, but here down the line there is going to be something that happens based off of what happens at the end of that series. So don't want to do anything else. I don't want to give anything away, but there will be something else that happens there. But it just won't be something that happens here immediately. It's going to be a little bit before whatever happens there continues. This series, as mentioned early on, I'm sure, we've got another, I want to do 20 to 30 episodes. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times. I don't remember if I mentioned it in this episode or not. Full transparency, when I did the recording before we left for Vegas, I haven't watched it today, so I don't really remember what I was talking about today. So if I've already talked about that, I apologize. This is going to be kind of a one-off situation. I cannot get that stump there. This is the same situation I was having over there, where I couldn't get that stump to go away. Okay. And then there's something, there's like a bigger stump over here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to chop this down any further. I'm going to attempt it here and see if I can make it work. I don't know if it's going to, it looks like it's going to let me. So we'll go ahead and take that down a notch. That should hopefully help. Okay, there we go. We got it. We got it. We got it taken care of. Now, we've got more trees and stuff over here that we're going to get rid of, like I mentioned, right? We're going to get rid of those. We are. It probably won't be in this episode, though, but we are going to get rid of those. We're going to continue to bring this field out closer to the creek here, and then continue to bring it going down that way. At least that's the goal here, hopefully. Let's see. Oh, we finally got rid of it. Finally. Okay, good, good, good. I think that's all of the stumps taken care of now, except for this guy. We're going to have to figure out a different way to go about this one. We're going to have to get a different angle on it or something. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work right here where I'm at right now with the tractor. There's this big, massive hole here, which you could easily turn into kind of a mini pond or something. But I'm not really sure how we're going to go about fixing that. I'm not sure it's going to allow me to smooth that out enough. So we might have to kind of work around that a bit. I don't know. We'll have to play it by ear, I guess. I'll try this angle and see if this works. Probably won't, but... We get it? Nope. Well, we got more of it, but it's still there, so... Now, if I was on, PC or anything like that, I know I could utilize, and I know somebody's probably going to say it in the comments, but I could utilize, like the tree lumberjack mod. We don't have that on console. I wish we did. I really do. I don't know why we haven't been able to get that on console, but we don't have it. We never have had that luxury. One other thing I could potentially try, but it goes against the grain here of what this series is about, is maybe utilizing that Tree Devour mod and trying to come over here and get rid of that stump. I just don't know if there's going to be any other way for me to get rid of it. Because we are having a hell of a time here just trying to get it to shrink down at all. Did I get rid of it? Did I finally get it? I think we did get it. I think we got it. We got it. All right, nice. Okay. So, we got that taken care of. So now, we'll go ahead and lift this up, fold this up. Put it over here for the time being, just temporarily. We are going to try to smooth this out. I don't know how this is going to work. This is going to be the telling, factor on what we're going to be able to do here. I'm going to level it. Okay, it worked. It worked. We should be good then. I should be able to smooth this all out then. I mean, it's going to cost us a lot of money to do this, but that's okay. All right, now we got to pull the old soften out, and then we'll get to work here trying to get all this smoothed in a better spot for us, hopefully. It's not going to be perfect, so don't expect that. That's not what we're really aiming for here. We just want it to be good enough that we could turn this into an extension of this field, and I think we're pretty much there, gang. At least for the part we're going to worry about today. As I mentioned, we're going to carry that on, so eventually we're going to have to deal with that over there too, but for now, this should be sufficient. Okay, good. So I'm going to go bring this back over here. We'll jump into the John Deere. Let me turn this off. I don't need that on anymore. We'll jump into the John Deere and we'll kind of expand this area here a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if it's terrible, then maybe we can pivot again and go a different route. But had a couple issues in the time lapse. I'm sure you saw. There's another one right there where I kept running into stuff. It's going to happen. There's not really a whole lot I can do about it. I'm just running into stuff left and right. It happens. I didn't give myself a whole lot of room here to work with. This is going to be kind of the makeshift home for the time being for the mower here, right next to the house, against this fence line. Okay, I'm just going to park the Volvo right over here. And we'll jump into the John Deere here. How's everyone's weekend going so far? The time this comes out, it should be Labor Day, so a very happy Labor Day to all of you. Hopefully it's going well. Are you doing anything? You got any grill outs or anything like that going on? Any family cookouts, anything like that? We do have one. We're going to be pretty tired, I think, when we get to it tomorrow, but we do have one tomorrow around lunchtime. Late lunch, I guess, is what I should say. So that'll be fun, right? To an extent. Exhausting, but fun. Because we're definitely going to be jet lagged tomorrow. We're still not going to be caught up. I can already say that. I know that for a fact. All right, well, that is the field expanded again, gang. 2 episodes in a row we've expanded the field. This one is one that we definitely wanted to do, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. That is a lot further than you might expect. A lot more, crop though and profit we'll get than you might expect, because the end of ours was right around here before. So that's a pretty big expansion there. Like a boot shape of some sort, but it's still a pretty big expansion nonetheless, so I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, we are going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, I would appreciate it if you smashed the like button for me. Thanks so much for the continued support from my members, and there's a Discord link down below if you're interested in that. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. See you next time.